Mette Frederiksen spricht über Europas Herausforderungen bei der EU-Präsidentschaft. Ministerpräsidentin Mette Frederiksen hebt in ihrer Rede die Herausforderungen und die Einheit Europas hervor.
Your Majesties, Your Excellencies and ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am honored to see all of you here in wonderful Aarhus. If you look around, you see the work of, as just been said, one of our most famous architects, Arne Jacobsen. This beautiful city hall was built during the Second World War, in the darkest hour of modern European history. Back then, there was a lack of materials. Iron bands in the right size for the construction of the roof were not available. So what did the craftsmen do? Did they wait for the war to end? No. They collected small pieces of iron from all over Denmark. And they put all these pieces together to form the strong iron bands holding the roof together. Even in the most difficult times, we can build something great and beautiful. But only if we join forces and put together all the small pieces. Right now, Europe is facing the greatest challenges since the 1940s. Russia's brutal war against Ukraine, democratic elections targeted by foreign powers, pressure on Europe's external borders for migration, global economic uncertainty. Today, it is clear peace and stability on our continent cannot be taken for granted. The world order that we built together is trembling, and our security and our way of living is under pressure. The past 6 months have shown that Greenland and Denmark can rely on European family and friends when the storm hits us. The unity of Europe is real, and Europe can be strong when need is. Ladies and gentlemen, you represent decision makers, companies, unions, youth associations, and the press. To address the challenges Europe faces, all at the same time, we need every one of you, not only to defend the interest of your stakeholders, but to take on responsibility and to join efforts to build a stronger Europe. Dear Ursula and dear Antonio, all construction projects need architects with visions. And we are lucky to have you in the forefront, drawing up the way forward. And during our presidency, Denmark is ready to support both of you. First of all, we need to pave the way for a much stronger European defense. Russia has converted into a war economy, and I see no signs that Putin's imperial dreams stop with Ukraine. If we as Europeans, if we are not able, if we are not willing to defend ourselves, then what is Europe? It was a grave mistake to cash in the peace dividend. A big mistake. For too long we spent too little, and we must never repeat that again. We have to rearm ourselves. We have to scale up our defense industry. We have to break down barriers and obstacles in our way. And as presidency, we will push for common ground on how to get there. Europe must be able to defend ourselves no later than 2030. And here we need to look to our Ukrainian friends. Dear Volodymyr, right now, European security rests far too much on the shoulders of your brave countrymen and women. You are fighting for your own country, and you are fighting for the rest of Europe. We cannot and we will not lay you down. We must we must continue our steadfast support for Ukraine and increase the pressure on Russia with more sanctions. We need to look at our support to Ukraine in a different way. We have to change our mindset. Our donations are not charity. They are part of our defense of our common continent, of Europe, of our life and our freedom. And we need to learn from Ukraine, your determination, your sense of urgency, and your ability to innovate. In only a couple of years, Ukraine has built an incredible defense industry. Now we must show that we can do the same in the rest of Europe, and we don't have a single second to waste. Secondly, building a strong Europe is also about migration. Right now, cynical smugglers have the power to decide who can enter Europe and who cannot. We need, of course, to be in control with our own borders. Who can enter and stay in our countries, that needs to be a democratic decision. Many come here to work and to contribute, but some do not. And around Europe, we now see the consequences: crime, radicalization, and terror. We have built some of the most and best societies ever, but we cannot accept anyone who wants to come here.